Gonna let it run a little bit. Why not? You know, feeling good. That was a good win the other day that we got, and I know we're a little bit late with Cultura. Can we start this off, please? Oh, no, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go? No, we're not gonna let it go. Should we let it go in celebration of the marbles? Because I just saw it. I just went and I just got home from watching it, and it was great. I loved it. And I think people are stupid. Just real stupid. So, in celebration of the marbles, and Invincible, and Loki, and all the great shows that we've been getting, all the great content we've been getting, we're gonna let it run a little bit. And we're gonna let it run. And we're gonna give the middle finger to all those haters out there. So let's do that. Okay? Let's do that. Let's just take the hate that they're throwing our way and throw it right back in their faces. Why? Because they suck. Okay, can we stop this now? Can we stop? Let's just stop. Let's just get into the thing. Let's get this over with. Come on. Okay, we're done. Cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever, I don't make the rules. I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio M-O-G-U-R-A. Hit me up at the PayPal, hit me up at the Cash App, hit me up at the Amazon for my book, Full Moon Nights, and also available on Barnes & Noble. It is a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s, and all my adventures as a raver doing crazy things with my friends. Also, check out my comic shop, octotaco.com, which is also my blog. Check out my TeePublic shop at Studio Mogura, and then also check out my Spotify playlist, which has my entire discography from 1999 till 2023, and my latest release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing the Truth. We got to that pretty fast, so I'm just trying to zoom through that because I want to get to talking, because I really don't want to talk for too long, because I know there's another Cultura tonight, and we got to stay on track with tomorrow night. The games is today's Friday. We're going to get games on Saturday. Now, tomorrow night, there is another Cultura, so I got to make sure to save some of the Cultura-ness for that. But I know I owe you guys big time Cultura, especially after a win against the Grizzlies that we almost lost. Because you remember, I told you we almost lost that. I told you there's a good chance we were going to lose that game, and we almost lost that game. Worse yet, we lost Hero in that game again. Thank God it wasn't like his knee or some shit like that. And it was just an ankle. Okay, he's out. He's gonna be out for a couple games, and he'll come back. We're fine. Whatever. But, I mean, he's been our top scorer this year, dude. He's been putting up, averaging nearly 30. Averaging almost 26, 28 points a game. We are going to go face the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow. Which, the Atlanta Hawks, they beat Milwaukee. We didn't beat Milwaukee, but they beat Milwaukee. Okay? So, there's a good chance that the Atlanta Hawks are going to be a tough team. Now, they're coming off a 1-point win over the Magic, which is like, really? A loss to the Thunder, which is like, really? They won over the Pelicans, and they beat the Wizards, and they beat the Timberwolves. They beat the Bucks, but I think they beat the Bucks after us. They lost to the Knicks, and then they lost to the Hornets opening the year. So they're not a good team. They're not a good team. Okay? They're beating bad teams. That one against the Bucks, that's such a weird kind of outlier loss, and I think that was in the middle of the Bucks trying to. I mean, at the same time, the Bucks aren't that good. We're now seeing it. We're now seeing how the Bucks aren't. They're just not that good. They're not that good, and they got a lot of work to do over there in figuring out what's going on with Damian Lillard and what they're gonna do with that, because. Someone had dropped some metrics on that the other day, and it was like, I can't remember the specifics, but I know we're talking about how like they're a bunch of major stats are like down, and it's specifically just because these guys are playing and they're not really coming through. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out. But right now we're looking at the Hawks tomorrow, so that's gonna be a good game to kind of like remind them, hey, you're not going anywhere. Again. So don't even bring us any bullshit from here on out. Okay? Just play the game, take the loss, and enjoy the off season. That's what tomorrow is, okay? Right now, about to hit the platinum OG. I only have a little bit left of the platinum OG. The platinum OG by runs coming at 30%. I hit some shit earlier. I gotta turn this off. I hit some shit earlier and it's got me coughing like crazy. It was a stupid fucking earthquake and the cake face from fucking True Leave. That was supposed to be like really good batches, man. Like they were like, you know, over 25% batches. And like, man, I took a hit of something and it killed my throat so bad. Like, oh my God. Like it destroyed me. And I feel like I'm sick or something. And like, someone came into True Leave asking like, oh, you know, how can I lower the amount of coughing that I'm doing? And it's like, I thought it was just that they were weak, but I'm like, man, I wonder if they're coughing because of our stuff, because shit, this shit sucks. It's insane, because I've been hitting preferred and I've been hitting stuff on the flowery and it's been great, and I haven't fucking had a cough fit like this. We'll see what happens right now. Fuck, oh, shit turned off again. Fuck, sorry, I'm using a wick and it keeps turning off. But see what happens. See, I just took a serious rip after when I went to go see the Marvels. I smoked a bowl that was like half of like this lights on from preferred, and then I threw in a nice chunk of the earthquake, and I could tell which was the side of earthquake and which was the side of the good flowery shit. And like that earthquake had me coughing throughout the whole movie. And then I saw it at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I get here now and I take a hit of the platinum OG. And the platinum OG is way stronger and it's so much smoother. Like I'm not coughing. You hear it. I'm not coughing. So I'm definitely gonna take back this cake face and this earthquake. Like I'm not even gonna entertain it, bro. I'd rather than just give me my money back and then take that money to fucking the flowery. Like I did it. I was stupid because I was at, you know, I went to work yesterday, and you know I see that they had the earthquake and I see that they had the cake face, and I was like, you know what, shit, it's a good percent. You just get that. And one of my coworkers, she was like, yeah, you should get it because it's really good. It's got high terps. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll get it. Yeah, fuck it. And for $50, I paid $50 for the two, which is like normally one of them is like $50. So I was like, okay, cool. But man, I was worried, to be honest with you, because I had something in me. I'm like, I'm on the fence with. I don't like buying flowery fucking weed anymore, man. I'm really trying to stop buying it, but it's hard when you work there and you come out and you're like, fuck. You see everybody buying the stuff and people, you know, talking good about it, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just try it. And then you try it, and it's just so fucking bad, man, compared to the flowery, dude. It's just so bad. It's really disappointing, dude. And I'm like, I really want to like tell them, hey, you gotta fix it, but at the same time, I don't even want to waste my time, dude. I mean, if you can't fucking figure it out and you can't see the shit as you're growing it, that it's just like everything just looks the same. Well, I think you gotta figure it out. So I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I mean, we're still writing this team. We're still trying to figure it out. The good thing about the last game was seeing Waquez. That was the big thing. Was seeing Waquez rise, and you know that was his game, and his you know, welcome to the NBA moment. So it's gonna be interesting to see him take Heroes minutes, because he's gonna definitely take Heroes minutes. You know he's gonna take Heroes minutes. While Hero's injured, not permanently like that. He's not a threat to Hero or anything like that. He's just going to take his minutes because, you know, we got to fill in that gap right now because Hero's not going to play. So it's going to be first interesting to see if Hero can even play on Saturday, which I don't think so at all. I think the news is that he's not going to play. Has grade 2 ankle sprain out 2 weeks. So yeah, he's done. He's done for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, yeah. So now you're gonna see how valuable Tyler Hero is to this team. It's gonna be good. Because a lot of you were like ready to trade his ass just because, we kind of went through the playoffs without him. And that made you feel that, oh, we don't need him. And that wasn't the case at all. We definitely needed him throughout the fucking playoffs. A bunch of times. Could have probably closed out the goddamn Celtics a lot easier if we would have had Hero. Like, we wouldn't have given an extra game to the fucking Knicks. We would have closed out Milwaukee. No problem. Not stretching that shit out. It would have been Heat in 5 for everybody. Hell, maybe Heat in 4. A lot easier. We would have gotten to the finals a lot healthier and a lot more rested because we wouldn't have gone to game 7 and let Denver fucking rest for 2 days, for 2 fucking games and shit. Like, we would have done something. We would have done something more. We would have been different in the fucking finals. So to say that, oh, Hero, we didn't need Hero is bullshit. We needed his ass. And now we're going to need him even more. Now we're going to need him even more because, you look at Lillard, and Lillard puts up his 30-point games, but he doesn't put it up consistently. He's not putting up 30 plus per game. He's putting 30 like every 5 games or some shit like that. Every 4 games, every 3. He's not doing 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 45, 45, 40. Not like that. Like, he'll have a 30-point, then he'll have like 13, and then he'll have like 20, and then he'll have like, 8 or 9 or whatever. But Hero is there 28, 26 every day, every game. That's partly because Hero's younger. Which is exactly the reason why you want to keep Hero. Because if Hero can give you 30 points a game, like, and then do that consistently every game throughout the fucking season, dude, that's like what you want. Like, Lillard can't sustain that, man. Lillard's just too old for that. So Lillard's going to take his time, and Lillard's not going to kill himself every fucking game when he doesn't have to. Because he knows he's got to make it to the end. And Hero's just like, I want to rip through the fucking regular season. And we need that. You see how close games have been? It's going to be interesting to see tomorrow how this team reacts without Hero, because it's not a surprise. It wasn't a surprise to me that they lose Hero and they still win the game, because everybody's got the adrenaline. Everybody's like, oh shit, we got to work harder, blah 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 blah. So that's essentially what they did. It's going to be interesting to see this game tomorrow, because Atlanta's going to light it up. Atlanta's going to put up 120 points tomorrow, maybe 115, for sure. Okay. Is this Heat team going to be able to keep up with that? Is this Heat team going to be able to put up 115 fucking points tomorrow? Without Hero, no. I don't think so. So it's going to be up to them to go ahead and make this game like an under 100-point game. Like, they're going to have to go in there and make this a game where Atlanta doesn't make more than 90 points for them to win. So it's going to be a defensive game. I don't really trust that right now, because it's too early in the season, I feel, for your defense to be just completely solid like that. So I'm totally expecting, the Heat to kind of probably... I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat get blown out tomorrow. Like, they've stuck with them. They stick with Atlanta for most of the game. But then somewhere along the line, they fall way too behind, and they go down like 15 or some shit like that. And then they're like, fuck it, whatever. We're moving on to the next game. Because that's what they do. They're not in this mode where they're going to worry about this win or this loss. They're just here. They play the game. They win or loss. Okay, cool, fine. Move on to the next one. Win or loss. Okay, cool, fine. Move on to the next one. That's how they are. And then they look up after a month to see where they're at. Sorry, like my nose is stuffed up all of a sudden. I don't know. So, I don't know. We're just gonna have to dig deeper into the bench and really put out some guys that we haven't been playing, and see what they got. I'm telling you, I want to see Swider, man. I want to see Swider out there, competing with everybody. I want to see Swider gelling with like the first guys and seeing if he can take Struz's spot. Like it's time. Stop wasting time with these people. Go dig deep into the bench. And now you're gonna have to, just because you're down a guy. So we're gonna get to see guys who don't play too much, that I've been eager to see since the preseason. We're gonna definitely see how this team responds to just basically being away this whole time, because it's like 17 games or some shit like that on the road. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team functions on the road and then gets really good on the road. And essentially what that is going to do is play into our hands at the end of the season. In case we don't come out with a high ranking, which we probably won't, we'll be like 6 through 8 or something. That will really help out a lot, because in that way, playing on the road is not going to really phase us like it did last year. Like last year, we weren't phased by playing on the road. That's why we won. What's going to happen again now is that this huge road trip is going to really help this team just get acclimated to being on the road, so that when we are in the playoffs on the road, because we don't have a great record, it's not going to matter to us. It's not going to matter. It's just hard to critique this team right now, really about anything, because it's still way too early. They haven't even. Are they going 10 now? Like are they 10 now? I just hate when you search, it doesn't give you their fucking record, man. My God. Like, it doesn't give you their record. It's so annoying, dude. Like, to find the standings is such a it's like unbelievable, bro. Show me the record. So many people's records. Like, everybody in our conference, in the Atlantic Conference is 4-4. Everybody. The people with the best record are the fucking 76ers. They're the 6-1 record, followed by the Celtics, who are 5-2, and the Pacers were 6-3. How have the Pacers played nearly nine fucking games, and some people have only played 7? We've played 8 games, so I imagine motherfuckers are playing tonight and tomorrow with back-to-backs. But basically 6 through 10 is everyone's the same record. Everyone's 500. We're really good at home and we're bad on the road. We're 1-3 on the road. So this is going to be really a tough ride for us, man. We're really going to have to become road warriors on this and really flip that record. Because, I mean, if we're 1-3, you're talking about going through this thing and maybe coming out of it with just 5 wins, which is like, yeah, that'd be really bad. We can't go through 17 fucking game road shit and come out fucking 5-12, dude. Like, that's just not gonna work for us. And even Atlanta being at 4 with a 5-3 record, like, I'm like, yeah, but you saw who they played. They ain't beat people who are really gonna matter. So it's kind of pointless to focus on that. And again, it's still early, man. We haven't even reached 10 games yet. GB's freaking out. GB wants food. GB wants something. And GB's not getting anything because when I got home, I already gave her food. I left. I gave him food at 8, I gave him food at 10 right before I left for the movie, and then I got back and I gave him a little bit of a snack. So that's already too much food. That's too much. That's 3 times I've already fed them. I feed the cats way too much. And it's just that they break my, they break my will because they're meowing. I just hear them meowing, and I'm like, I feel so bad. So, so there's still a lot to do. There's really not much to really talk about. I don't really want to get into talking about the Marvels or Loki or anything like that because I just want to keep this strictly Cultura. And I still haven't. I want to save my Loki talk and my Marvel talk with my sister, who she doesn't want to. She hasn't seen Loki yet. She's like saving it for her rainy day. That when she has a day to fucking chill and not do anything, she's gonna watch it. It's like, you know what? You do you and you do whatever you want, but I feel like the reality is like there's never a fucking day anymore where people are fucking, you can be just chill. Like, even on chill days, you can't be fucking chill. You know what I mean? Like, so you just watch the fucking thing and get it out of your system, and and you're saving it for a fucking rainy day, and it's like, she's telling me like, oh, I might wait till like December 12th to watch it when she's like on Christmas break or whatever. It's like, dude, it's gonna be spoiled for you by then, for sure. I mean, like, are you gonna basically avoid the internet till December 12th? Good luck on that. Just good luck on that. She can do it. More power to her. But the reality is I would not be able to do it. I'd just be like, fuck this. I'm not gonna wait. Sorry, I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait. I don't want to binge shit no more, man. Because then when you binge something, like you end up like how she is right now, which is like she needs a whole fucking day. She needs a whole day, a whole fucking week to sit down and watch one show. You need a whole week, you need 3-4 days. That's why I hate binging. Because binging has changed people to be like that, which is like they think now I can't take in a 30-minute episode of a show because I can't live or deal with not knowing what happens next or having to wait till the next week, which will literally goes by super fast. It goes by just as fast as having to wait till December 12th. And at the same time, like, I hate that you have to walk around eggshells around these people because, you don't want to spoil it for them. So it's either avoid them completely or have to walk around eggshells. And I don't want to walk around eggshells around people like 2 weeks after the fucking show or the movies come out. Because that's already ample enough time for you to find 30 minutes to watch the show. Don't tell me that you're so busy with life and so busy with this and so busy with that. It's just, I don't buy that anymore, man, And she deals with she deals with like city projects and shit like that, so huge things. So she is generally busy, and she is swamped right now because they're getting ready for Art Basel, which is like a huge art event here in Miami. And she works for a museum, so it's like that's their thing, So I get it. That's fine. But at some point you're home and you're sleeping in bed and you're trying to fall asleep for 30, and you've got 30 minutes to just chill right there. Those are the 30 minutes that you intake Loki. Those are the 30 minutes that you intake the fucking show, whatever. When you're saving it, you're saving it for a day that you're expecting, to have the whole day to fucking, and that's already too much to ask for me, For me, it's like, I don't want to fucking be like expecting I'm going to have a whole day for shit. But, I respect her wishes and that's how it is. So I guess, from now till then, if I don't, then maybe we'll talk about it then, but if anything, maybe I'll do something beforehand and just fuck it, because I do generally want to talk about it a little bit, and I don't know. It was both good. Like, Miss Marvel, the Marvels was great. I had a great time. It was definitely not a 57. I think the people that rated it a 57 are racist. I think they're bigoted. I think they're misogynist. I think they're assholes. I think they're fucking, scared white people, a lot of them, who are fucking, mad that they're in their minds, they think they're being erased, which they're not being erased because they're still plenty of fucking content being made with white people for white people, geared toward white people. I don't understand why we can't have this, and why you can't watch this and appreciate this side of other cultures and side of other people, and just appreciate it and not really just shit on it. Because giving it a 57 is shitting on it. Like, you could look at this film and you could make the argument for sure that, you know, it's not perfect. It's definitely not in the 90s, but it's definitely not in the 60s. Like, this is a film that's in the high 70s, low 80s. I would have given it like an 82, 81, 82. I would have been okay with even giving it an 80. Hell, 79 I could totally understand. But even then, at the same time, I could look at this film and I think about all the times how much I was laughing throughout the film, how much I was having a good time, how much I could hear other people laugh, how many scenes I'm like, that's awesome, that's great. And you know what? That makes me want to bump it up from an 80 to like a fucking 89, maybe even a 90. Because there really wasn't that many scenes that I didn't like. Even the whole musical shit, like, I liked that. I thought that was really funny. There's got to be somewhere in the fucking universe that's like that. And, like, the real thing about that was that it made sense. It made sense with the characters. It made sense that, you're watching Kamala Khan and there's, like, a Bollywood scene. Like, that makes sense. So that's why it wasn't, like, cringe, and it wasn't like, oh, this is awkward. No, it's not. It all felt pretty natural. It was weird. Like, I enjoyed it. And they were all great, and they're so gorgeous and stuff. So it's like, I'm like always surprised by hearing like dudes complain about these films, because like, if you're a guy and you like women, why wouldn't you want to see Captain Marvel, dude? Like, Brie Larson's hot. Like, the black girl's hot. Like, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name because I don't know her from WandaVision and this film, and I already forgot her name. But I'll learn it. But yeah, like, they're all gorgeous, And the girl that plays Kamala Khan is super funny. And like, she's super cute. I love her show, She's great. She steals the scenes. She steals the whole movie. So it's like, what are you really angry about, It makes no sense. And like, people are really trying to push the idea that there's Marvel fatigue, and there is no Marvel fatigue, okay? Sorry. All right, that's it. You see, it's becoming a Marvel Lights Assemble, so I don't want it to be them. I want to keep it fucking Cultura. That's it, okay? So we're going to cut it here. We'll be back on Saturday after the Atlanta game. And that should be good, because, see, I thought that the game was... For some reason, I was confused, and I thought the game was going to be on Sunday. But I think what it is that they have a back-to-back so they play on Sunday. Yeah, they play on Sunday, 7 p.m. So we'll be here tomorrow for the Hawks game. After the Hawks game, for sure, we're going to be live. It's not going to be sound only. So we'll be good. And then Sunday, there is not going to be a Cultura. Because Sunday the Jets play at 7 p.m. The Jets are on at night on Sunday night in America, Sunday night football. So since that's gonna be going on at the same time as the Heat, the Heat's gonna finish first, and then I'm gonna still end up watching the rest of the Jet game. So I think for the Spurs game at least. You will be back here on Monday. I'll do that on Monday. Monday, I'll try and do it 1 p.m., but I'm just going to say Monday. I don't know the time yet. But definitely at Monday at some point we'll do Cultura. Maybe we'll do it at night, and we watch whatever games are being on, and we'll just watch the games and do Cultura, and we'll talk about it, make commentary on it and stuff. And then we have the next in-season tournament game on Tuesday. So that's going to be interesting to see. So, all right. So that's the plan. So you'll see us back here on tomorrow after the game. So that's gonna be around like 10 p.m., 10:30. Yeah, let's just call it 11 p.m. for safekeeping. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Whatever. We're just riding this wave, man. We still know nothing about this team. We're still going forward with this team. So we just gotta write it out. We'll see how we are, where we're at after 10 games. Because right now, after 8, we're a 500 team. That's not bad. See, it's just how it is, man. We just gotta crawl our way back to the top, dude. You know, it's just gonna be interesting to see. It's like, does this team want to be one of the top teams, or is this team just content again being one of these lowbrow teams that just makes it into the finals and then they turn it on at the end, which is what I exactly expect to happen again. I really do. I think we're gonna see for the first time ever in the history of sports, like a team that is just like obviously lackadaisical, doesn't give a fuck about the regular season, and then has the ability to just turn it on and rip through everybody. And people are going to be like, what the fuck? How did this happen again? And it's just because, well, they realized a couple years ago that the regular season is not what matters. What matters is the postseason. And as long as you win enough regular season games to just get in the postseason, that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not like the NFL where home court advantage, or it's just one game, win or lose, and that's why the home court advantage comes into play. It's not like that anymore, dude. It's not, because the 3-pointer has equalized shit so much that, like, if you're on the road but you've got a hot 3-pointer, like, you're gonna win. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore of going on the road. This team doesn't fear playing at Boston in a Game 7. We don't fear that shit anymore. Like, why would we fear going to Boston and play a Game 7? We've won at a Game 7 at Boston before. We've won Game 6s at Boston before. We've won down 3-2 at Boston before. Like, there's no need for it anymore. Like, we've lost, literally, when we were, the only time that, the one time that we were the number 1 team in like, the league almost, we were number 2 behind Denver, I think, we ended up losing in the Eastern Conference at home in a Game 7. So, the fuck, we bust. That's why they really, honestly, don't do this shit no more. Because they busted their asses getting the number 1 seed to ultimately have home court advantage, only to lose in a Game 7 at home, which they should have never lost. So, don't even fucking worry about it, you know? So, that's why I'm like, okay, you know what, fuck it. As long as they get into the playoffs, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't care. Just get in at the end. And then we work it out from there. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, Cultura, however you say it, that's how you say it. Now and forever, I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio MOGURA. Hit me up at the PayPal and the Cash App. All donations go toward the making of my independent film, also my independent animated pilot, and just general studio shit, man. Like, I need to repair so much shit, so any donations that you guys give is great, and we really appreciate it here. Also, buy my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Basically a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s, and a bunch of my adventures as a kid rolled into one. Then check out my comic shop, octotaco.com, which also doubles as my blog. I've been doing a couple more blog posts there lately, so please check it out. There's a couple new posts there. And check out my TeePublic, which I have my original t-shirt designs. And then also finally check out my Spotify playlist, which is basically my entire discography from 1999 till 2023, with my latest release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing the Truth. So yeah, so we'll be back here Saturday after the Atlanta game, and then Monday after the Monday to talk about the Spurs game. Okay, yeah, man. So final thoughts, I guess. I don't know, man. We're gonna see what we're gonna have to see what this team is all about. You know, Hero's not here anymore, so and it's not that he's not here. He's fucking hurt, bro. And he's not gonna be here for 2 weeks, man. So prepare yourselves for these 2 weeks, and you know, we're gonna see just how well this team does down a guy who averages 30 points per game. Okay, so don't freak out. Just freak out.